When it comes to Airwallex, Payoneer, Stripe, and Wise, not all payment providers are built equal. If you don't compare all-in costs and global coverage, you risk unnecessary costs. This breakdown cuts through the noise and shows you which option is the smartest fit for your business worldwide. And to find that out, I had to look into how these platforms actually perform on other users. So I went straight to the user feedback from business owners and freelancers who use these platforms every single day. And I started with the negative reviews because that's often where you find the most unfiltered truth. With Wise, one customer complained that his payment was suddenly canceled and he was left confused about why. He said Wise told him that a refund was on the way, but gave him no real explanation. So I get how that would be frustrating, and nobody likes being left in the dark. But when I dug further into the reviews, it was clear that such cases are extremely rare. Wise sits at an impressive 4.3 out of 5 stars, and most people never face cancellations like that. And even if it happens, refunds are protected under regulation, and you can escalate your card provider if necessary. But the majority of reviews tell a completely different story. One user praised how easy it was to set up, highlighting that unlike some high street banks, there's no constant blocking of payments or demanding verification for every single transaction. Another reviewer mentioned how simple and low cost it was to manage all his money in one place, saying that he wished he had discovered it earlier. Now, looking at Airwallex, I found a similar pattern. One business owner reported a tough situation. Their account was blocked within a week of opening. Their working capital was frozen, and the support was slow, responding mainly with copy-pasted terms and conditions. For any business, that kind of freeze is pretty much a nightmare scenario. But again, when you zoom out, this doesn't seem to be the normal experience, but I did want to mention it. Many of these cases often just come down to the compliance checks, which happens across the industry. And when I did look at the other reviews, it really became clear that most of the users are actually having a really smooth ride. Like one user explained how Airwallex was a breath of fresh air after years of struggling with Payoneer, calling it a better alternative that finally gave him peace of mind. Another user praised its intuitive interface, simple payments, and even mentioned great customer support, though he wished Airwallex could add cashback rewards in more regions. That's not the kind of feedback you see if the platform were just constantly freezing accounts. Now, Payoneer is where things get tricky. Its reputation just isn't as strong. The poor ratings tell a story, and one frustrated user said that the interface was clunky and unsubscribing was difficult, like hidden fees just kept popping up, and transaction costs were really high. Like he even mentioned feeling forced to use Payoneer to receive money from Google, but when compared to Wise, he said that Wise was 10 times better for him. So that's telling. And while Payoneer certainly has its niche with freelancers and marketplaces, I did see these complaints more consistently about the fees and the interface complexity, and they're a real drawback compared to the more streamlined, cost-effective models of Wise and Airwallex. And Stripe also isn't immune to criticism. One customer claimed that Stripe kept charging him for subscriptions that he had already canceled, and that he couldn't stop the payments until he changed his bank account. He also said that customer support wasn't helpful, raising concerns about subscription management and chargebacks. It's clear that these issues appear more frequently with Stripe compared to the others. While Stripe is a powerhouse for online businesses and developers due to its API, these user experiences highlight a potential risk for smaller businesses or individuals who need straightforward, reliable payment handling without surprises. But beyond the reviews, I wanted to test what these platforms actually do. And for me, the real question is, which one gives you the more powerful features without adding complexity or hidden costs? Let's start with Wise, because its approach to security and transparency is genuinely different. Wise isn't a bank, it's an electronic money institution. This is a key difference and distinction in Airwallex versus Payoneer versus Stripe versus Wise. Wise safeguards all customer funds by holding them in cash, secure liquid assets, or with insured guarantees. As of September 2024, customers have trusted Wise with nearly 15 billion pound equivalent. So that's really significant. They have currency in a lot of different currencies as well, so that's just the equivalent. Their business account is really versatile. It's built for everyone from solo freelancers to large enterprises in places like the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and the EEA, and many more countries. A feature that many users highlight is receiving payments from Amazon Marketplace directly in local currencies, avoiding Amazon's high conversion fees. You can manage everything from one dashboard too, so it really makes it easier. Add that to the Wise card, which allows spending across multiple currencies without transaction fees. And so for international operations, this really does make things a lot smoother. And just add the fact that it's already available in dozens of countries from the UK to Singapore to the US, and that just really makes it even more powerful. And on top of that, Wise is regulated by authorities like the UK's FCA. That license isn't handed out lightly. For businesses, knowing Wise is legally bound to strict rules adds another layer of trust. And even in sensitive cases, like when a customer passes away, Wise has a clear process to help families withdraw funds and to close the accounts. That level of transparency shows that it's a platform designed to protect, not exploit, its users. Now, Airwallex comes at this from a different angle. It's clearly targeting businesses that want to scale across borders. Their global business account is all about simplifying international operations. The ability to hold multiple currencies without high fees is really a major win. Security is also a strong point here, and Airwallex embeds compliance and information security throughout its system, which reassures users when moving large sums internationally. What stands out is how Airwallex makes global payments feel local. Whether it's recurring payments from customers abroad or one-time transactions, the platform supports local methods and currencies, boosting acceptance rates and keeping settlement costs low. For e-commerce businesses, especially during peak seasons, this feature is invaluable. Many merchants report checkout conversions improve simply because customers can pay in their own currency without the extra friction. And another feature I did want to mention and is really worth noting is their multi-account system. Managing multiple teams and accounts under one roof is usually pretty complex, but Airwallex makes it really straightforward. Businesses can see all balances and reports in one place, move money instantly, and set unified spend controls. That's the kind of efficiency that big businesses need, but small businesses really benefit from it too. And just like Wise has its card, Airwallex issues Visa corporate cards that support multiple currencies with zero transaction fees. For business expenses abroad, this also makes a real difference. Now, compare that to Payoneer. Yeah, it's useful if you're a freelancer being paid specifically through platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, since those marketplaces often default to Payoneer. But outside of that, Payoneer is a bit less attractive. The fees add up quickly, and you don't get the same transparent exchange rates that Wise offers. That's why many people view Payoneer more as a backup option than a primary tool. Stripe, on the other hand, dominates in online business integration. It's the go-to for developers who want payment APIs, subscriptions, and checkout systems built directly into their website. And to be fair, Stripe does that really well, but when comparing Stripe's international transaction costs with Airwallex is often cheaper for global payments. And that makes Stripe better suited for like the tech startups or local businesses, while Airwallex and Wise are better for everyday businesses that are international or global, trying to cut costs and expand globally. Now, is Wise or Airwallex perfect? No, of course not. No platform is or will be. Wise might require extra documentation at setup, and it may take some time to get used to how things are organized, but that's like a one-time step, and it takes some time, but you get used to it, and it's really for long-term security. Airwallex doesn't yet cover every niche payment method or every country, but its global coverage is expanding really quickly. These are small trade-offs compared to the cost savings, the security, and the control that they deliver over Payoneer and Stripe, I think. And when it comes to cost, both Wise and Airwallex are transparent and competitively priced for the value they provide. To check all these out, check the links in the description for the most up-to-date fees, prices, and any current promotions going on. We try to keep those current so that you can always find the best deal. So, at the end of the day, the Airwallex versus Payoneer versus Stripe versus Wise decision isn't just about the features they provide. It's about which platform aligns best with your business goals and which tools that you prefer to use. I think Wise is my top choice for secure, low-cost international transfers and multi-currency management, while Airwallex is a really close contender for businesses that are planning to scale globally. Just make sure to check the links in the description to get started with either Wise or Airwallex and see the latest offers available.